So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream.
Martin Luther King Jr., American clergyman and civil rights leader, was assassinated at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee on April 4, 1968. Shock and distress over the news of King's assassination ignited riots in more than 100 cities across the United States. Violence unleashed across the country. In many instances, the National Guard stepped in to quell the burning and looting going on in cities, illustrating the anger many Americans felt after his death. While King's assassination stirred violence across the nation also responded with outpouring support. President Lyndon B. Johnson called for a national day of mourning for Dr. King and urged Americans to reject the blind violence that had killed him, whom he called the Apostle of Nonviolence. Congress proposed major pieces of civil rights legislation following his death. Furthermore, over 100,000 mourners followed King's coffin as it was carried through the streets of Atlanta for his funeral. The National Center for Civil and Human Rights' MLK Assassination exhibit uses multi-sensory stimulation to help immerse visitors within both the immediate chaos and the call to strive for peace and change in America following King's death. When visitors enter through the bottom floor of the exhibit, which focuses on the chaos and emotional turmoil, visitors encounter loud screens with rock music, video projections of the violent protests, and dark lighting. This immerses visitors within the chaotic riots of the nation and helps visitors experience the emotional toll it took on many people, for King's death robbed America of one of its most vigorous spokesmen for moderation and integration. A store owner who witnessed the riots in D.C., Virginia Ali, described the mood as, quote, sadness more than anything else. The radio stations played hymns, and people came in crying. People were out of control with anger and frustration.
To further demonstrate how far the chaos reached throughout America, the exhibit utilizes the carpeting of the bottom floor, depicting a map of the U.S. containing small flames. The flames depict cities that had riots following MLK's assassination, with the fire spread throughout the whole map. This illustrates to visitors the widespread chaos and anger of the American people, which helps visitors grasp how greatly MLK's assassination affected the nation.
Aside from the chaos and violent protests going on in the nation following King's death, the American people also dealt with coming to terms with losing one of its prominent figures of equality and peace. The staircase visitors used between the two floors emulates the staircase of the motel MLK died in, serving as a transitional space. As visitors walk through, the chaotic sounds of rioting start to dissipate. The exhibit causes visitors to feel empathetic, and it appeals to the emotions of the visitors even more. Photos of King's dead body and his blood left from the scene of his assassination greet visitors as they walk up the stairs. These first photos shock visitors and attempts to invoke powerful raw emotion from viewers after seeing such graphic imagery. However, like people at the time who dealt with this horrific event, visitors eventually would have to come to terms with MLK's death. After visitors witness King's death at the motel, they make their way out and are met with pictures of MLK's funeral, illustrating the large sense of community felt between the American people in mourning Dr. King and honoring his legacy. While King never left the motel, visitors moved forward up the stairs and with the American people immersed themselves within a community that still strives for peace and equality. The sound of Dr. King delivering his own eulogy places visitors into that moment, helping them experience that sense of community within the American people at this time.
Martin Luther King Jr. tried to give his life further up.
The National Center for Civil and Human Rights MLK Assassination exhibit creates a multi-sensory environment that helps enable visitors to experience both the chaos and emotional turmoil in America and the unity of the American people to continue King's work following his assassination. Together, both the top and the bottom floor try to emulate the environment one would be in if they lived there during this time. Unlike many museums, the NCCHR uses a variety of features, such as lighting, loud sounds, and video projection to inform its visitors rather than simply having pictures and some things to read. The NCCHR strives to immerse visitors in that time period, further allowing them to grasp the importance of this event in American history.